Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Or would you just call Sigmund Freud, erase your entire life and give you your dreams? Sounds fun, let's play. To the Moon is one of my all-time favorite games. The game results from two remarkable doctors, Dr. Rosaline and Dr. Watts, who work for Sigmund Corp. The job is not just any ordinary task. They visit those who are on the brink of death and grant them the final wish. However, this is no ordinary wish, for it's an entire new life that they bestow upon them, allowing them to start over and fulfilling their deepest desires. The doctors achieve this by manipulating the memories of the dying person. They can alter the memories, remove or change the real ones, and replace them with the new ones that lead to the ultimate outcome. Imagine being able to go back in time and change things in your life so that you can achieve your wildest dreams, like becoming a rock star or even going to the moon. The game centers around the life of Johnny, a man at the end of his ropes. You embark on an adventure through his memories, exploring his deepest desires, regrets and loves. He wants to go to the moon, and it's the doctor's job to get him there. Just like it's your job to click that subscribe button. In a world of endless possibilities, where anything is attainable, it can be challenging to discover where your true motivation lies, and how to chase your dreams with unwavering conviction. The key to unlocking your full potential lies in the concept of intrinsic motivation, which is the purest and most powerful source of motivation. Throughout history, countless theories have emerged surrounding the science of motivation. Among these, the self-determination theory by Ryan and Deci has proven to be one of the most effective and timeless. Despite its conception in the mid-80s, it still reigns supreme as one of the most respected theories about motivation to this day. According to Ryan and Deci, motivation exists on a spectrum that ranges from complete lack of motivation to motivation that is purely internal. In between these extremes lie extrinsic motivation, which is characterized by doing something either for a reward or to avoid punishment. The nuances of extrinsic motivation are fascinating because it spans such a wide spectrum. Sometimes we require a significant reward or the threat of punishment to spur us into action. Other times we simply do things because they align with our core values. We want to impress others, or because it helps us achieve a goal that we deeply desire. So, how does this work for Johnny? Does he have intrinsic motivation, or are there external forces at play? That's the question we're here to answer today, as we explore the case of our patient Johnny. As we delve into Johnny's psyche, we turn to the research of Ryan and Deci, whose self-determination theory is widely regarded as one of the most effective ways to understand human motivation. According to their theory, there are three factors that determine whether someone is intrinsically motivated to pursue a goal: autonomy, relatedness, and competence. Autonomy refers to the sense of control and agency that we feel over our lives. If Johnny feels that he is in control of his own destiny and has power to make decisions that shape his future, he is more likely to be intrinsically motivated to achieve his goals of reaching the moon. Relatedness speaks to the innate need for social connection and belonging either with the goal or with the people around them. If Johnny feels that his pursuit of the moon is connected to his relationship with others, he will be more likely to be intrinsically motivated. Competence refers to our sense of mastery and achievement in a particular area. If Johnny feels that he is capable of reaching the moon, that he has the skills and knowledge to make it happen, he will be more likely to be intrinsically motivated to keep pushing towards his goals. By examining how these three factors are playing out in Johnny's life, we can start to piece together a picture of motivation. If all three are present in full force, we can be sure that Johnny is truly intrinsically motivated to go to the moon. If one or two are present, to a lesser extent, we might suspect there are some external forces at play, but one thing is for sure. With the self-determination theory as our guide, we are well on our way to understand what truly drives Johnny to pursue his dreams, and to see if Dr. Rosaline and Dr. Watts would actually be successful. Autonomy refers to the need to feel in control of one's own life and actions. In other words, it's the desire to be self-directed and to make choices that align with one's values and interests. The self-determination theory suggests that when people are able to act autonomously, they are more likely to feel engaged, motivated and fulfilled in their pursuits. On the other hand, when people feel like they have little control over their life, they may experience feelings of helplessness, demotivation and dissatisfaction. Autonomy does not mean being completely independent and alone in decision making. It is rather the freedom to choose actions and decisions based on one's own values and interests, with a sense of control over the outcome. It is important to note that autonomy is not the same as selfishness or disregarded for others' needs or rules. It rather involves making informed choices that reflects one's authentic self while considering the needs and perspective of others. Relatedness refers to the need to feel connected to others and to have a sense of belongingness. It's the desire to experience meaningful and positive relationships with others and to feel understood and valued by them. The self-determination theory suggests that when people have fulfilling social connections and feel like they belong to a community, they are more likely to feel motivated, engaged, and satisfied in their pursuits. However, when people feel disconnected and lonely, they may experience feelings of anxiety, depression, and demotivation. Relatedness is not limited to intimate or close relationships, but also includes a sense of connection to larger social groups, such as a family, team, organization, or society. This need can be fulfilled by sharing experiences, perspective, and emotions with others, as well as receiving support, encouragement, and feedback from them. It's important to note that autonomy and relatedness are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary. People can feel autonomous while still being connected to others, and vice versa. In fact, having supportive and respectful relationships can enhance one's sense of autonomy, as it provides a secure base to explore one's interests and values. Competence refers to the need to feel effective and capable in one's action and pursuits. It's a desire to develop and apply skills, knowledge, and abilities that are valued and meaningful to oneself and others. The self-determination theory suggests that when people feel competent in their pursuits, they are more likely to feel engaged, motivated, and satisfied in their actions. But when people feel incompetent and doubt their abilities, they may experience feelings of anxiety, self-doubt, and demotivation. Competence is not limited to a specific domain or skill, but rather it consists of a range of activities and achievements that is significant and challenging for the individual. This need can be fulfilled by setting goals, seeking feedback, learning from experience, and reflecting on progress. The growth mindset also plays a huge factor. It's important to note that competence is not the same as perfectionism or comparison with others. It's rather the pursuit of excellence and growth in a particular domain or skill based on one's own standards and values. As we delve into Johnny's crafted memories, we must keep in mind that it is merely a glimpse into his mind, and there may be hidden layers that we cannot perceive. Our analysis will allow us to evaluate the efficiency of Dr. Rosaline and Dr. Watt's methods, and how they align with the principles of the self-determination theory. So first, let's take a look at Johnny's new memories, and see if he actually wants to go to the moon according to psychology. Let's start off with the easiest one, relatedness. The feeling of connection and encouragement from others is a crucial factor in determining someone's motivation. For Johnny, this is particularly relevant because his desire to go to the moon is driven by his relationship with River. It's not just a surface level crush, but it's a deep connection. He really wants to reconnect with her at the belly of the bunny. So she plays a huge part in his degree of relatedness to go to the moon. But of course, that happened before Dr. Rosaline and Dr. Watts actually changed things. After the doctors intervene and alter his memories, Johnny gains a new source of relatedness. His brother Joey. Not only is Joey alive and kicking, but he has also become Johnny's biggest supporter. He writes a book about Johnny's journey to the moon, even though the book has a less optimistic ending. Inspiring fans to line up for his autograph. Nicholas, Johnny's friend, is also a source of support and encouragement. Even though we don't see it explicitly in the game, we can imagine that he's there for Johnny every step of the way. And lastly, there's the new River, whom Johnny meets at NASA. Together they support each other throughout their astronaut training, building a strong bond that ultimately leads them to the moon. Next up, competence. Competence is about having the confidence that you can excel or can improve at a specific domain or skill. The feeling of competence can be stimulated by a growth mindset. If you want to learn more about the growth mindset, watch my video of the mindset in competitive gaming. But long story short, people with a growth mindset believe that if they work hard, train and practice, they will improve. And you can see this with Johnny. Even as a child, he was determined to improve himself and worked hard to get better. He studied instead of playing football with his brother and trained himself to become physically fit. He did not give up when he did not receive a response from NASA, and he kept pushing himself to learn and grow. Nicholas even made a remark on Johnny's perseverance and dedication. At NASA, Johnny continued to display his competence by passing all the tests and successfully completed his training. He had the skills and knowledge necessary to become an astronaut, and he worked hard to develop and improve them. So not only does he feel competent, but he also is competent. Let's talk about autonomy, which is a bit more complex. Autonomy refers to the feeling of being able to make your own choices and decisions. While Johnny could technically choose to pursue any goal he wants, there were external factors that influenced his desire to go to the moon. Controversially enough, the biggest factor that took away from Johnny's autonomy was River herself. She and Johnny made a promise to meet on the moon, and while he genuinely wanted to keep that promise, it also limited his freedom to choose something else. And so River herself may have lowered his motivation. However, Johnny still had some autonomy. He was able to choose his approach and strategy for achieving his goal, such as studying instead of playing football with his brother, or training himself to become physically stronger, and he chose to go out in the rain to post that one extra letter to NASA. Even during his training at NASA, he chose to also focus on his music. He still wrote a beautiful song, which he played for everyone to hear. So in a framework that felt fixed, he still had the freedom to choose his approach and choose how he wanted to achieve his dreams, and so most likely he also felt at least some autonomy. Johnny's story is a testament to the power of the self-determination theory. He embodies the three pillars of the theory: relatedness, competence and autonomy. With a strong sense of relatedness, he feels a deep connection to the people around him and his goals. His growth mindset has fostered a feeling of competence that keeps him motivated to improve and succeed. Although he may not have complete autonomy over his goal to go to the moon, he has made a decision on how to approach it, showing that he values his autonomy in the process. So, is his goal to go to the moon fully intrinsic? No. But it is really far on a spectrum, and it would most likely be enough for him to want to go to the moon and actually stick with it. While motivation is a necessary ingredient for success, it alone is not sufficient. Another important factor is to set goals, and though we don't fully see that in the game, I'm sure he has them. If you want to learn more about that, you can check my video about goal setting in competitive games. Anyway, Johnny, you can thank Dr. Rosaline and Dr. Watts because they did that job really well. So, if you're feeling lost and without a dream, why not try make a promise to someone and committing to meet them at an amazing place? Just ghost them for years and trust they'll show up. And who knows, maybe you'll find your own journey to the moon.